Locked away to break her spirit, she returned to command them all. The Sindar Concorde's pinnacle nexus gleamed like a geometric fever dream, its orbital spires pulsing with algorithmic precision. The Academy trained the galaxy's elite, forging commanders who moved fleets like chess pieces, in a game where chaos was the enemy. Into this temple of order stepped Cadet Lena Kessler, Earth's first and only representative. Overseer Culverin, his crystalline skin refracting light into fractals, reviewed Lena's file with a sneer. Human? Top marks in strategy, yet disciplinary issues. Explain. Lena, lean and sharp-eyed, grinned. I get results, sir. Sometimes that means bending the manual. The Arbiter, the Concorde's AI, hummed through Culverin's earpiece. Human unpredictability. 87% risk factor. Recommend immediate remedial logic training. Culverin's mandibles clicked. You'll adapt, Cadet Kessler, or be expelled. The Concorde tolerates no deviation. Lena's first class, tactical synchronization, set the tone. Instructor Tixor, a wiry Sindar, projected a hollow simulation, a fleet defending a station from pirates. Calculate optimal firing patterns. Precision is paramount. Lena raised a hand. What if the pirates use decoys? Tixor's eyes narrowed. Irrelevant. The exercise assumes standard tactics. But real pirates don't read your manual, Lena pressed. What if they jam your comms? Speculation is unproductive, Tixor snapped. Complete the task. Lena aced the simulation, but her solution included a rogue maneuver, sacrificing a decoy ship to lure pirates into a trap. The class gasped. Cadet Vinzel, a Krythar with shimmering scales, scoffed. Reckless. You endangered assets. Saved the station, Lena countered. Math checks out. Tixor's voice was ice. Your creativity is noted and unwelcome. Follow protocol. The Arbiter's analysis flashed on Tixor's tablet. Human solution effective but non-compliant. Probability of disruption, 92%. That night, Lena's dorm buzzed with whispers. Vinzel cornered her. You embarrass us with your stunts. The Concorde demands perfection. Lena smirked. Perfection's boring. Try winning sometime. By week 2, Lena's stunts piled up. Rerouting a navigation drill to avoid a hypothetical ambush. Rewriting a logistics algorithm to prioritize crew morale. Each success came with a demerit for unorthodox methodology. Culverin summoned her. Your chaos threatens our harmony, he said. Conform or face consequences. Lena leaned forward. Your harmony's fragile if one human breaks it. The Arbiter droned. Recommend isolation to correct behavioral anomalies. Culverin nodded. 1 month, Cadet. Solitude will teach you discipline. As guards led Lena to the isolation wing, her grin didn't falter. The Concorde thought they'd break her. They were about to learn humans thrived in the cracks of their perfect system. The Pinnacle Nexus's isolation chamber was a masterpiece of cinder engineering, soundproof, featureless, designed to strip away distraction and enforce logic. Cadet Lena Kessler sat on the cold floor, her datapad her only companion. Overseer Culverin's parting words echoed, write a 5000-word treatise on the flaws of human intuition. Lena snorted. Flaws? Let's talk about your obsession with straight lines. The Arbiter's voice, piped through a hidden speaker, was clinical. Intuition is irrational. Your assignment will quantify its risks. Lena began typing, but her words veered from compliance. Intuition isn't chaos, it's pattern recognition on steroids. Your AI can't match the human brain's knack for spotting trouble before it's data. She deleted it, doodling starship formations instead. The Concorde's rigidity fascinated her. Their fleets moved like clockwork, predictable to a fault. Predictable gets you killed, she muttered, sketching a chaotic swarm tactic. Days blurred. Lena's essay grew, not as a condemnation but a manifesto. Human intuition synthesizes variables your algorithms miss. Crew panic, enemy bluffs, gut feelings. It's not anti-logic, It's logic's shortcut. The Arbiter interrupted. Your arguments are speculative. Provide evidence. Lena grinned. Lock me in a crisis sim and I'll show you. Outside, the Academy buzzed. Cadet Vinzel, leading a navigation drill, faltered when a simulated asteroid storm hit. His textbook response, linear retreat, lost 2 ships. Instructor Tixor frowned. Kessler's unorthodox methods might have adapted better. Vinzel bristled. Her methods are reckless. Yet effective, Tixor mused, his curiosity piqued. In her cell, Lena developed what she called fractal tactics, strategies that embraced unpredictability, like a kaleidoscope shifting with each turn. She coded a simulation on her pad, pitting her swarm against a cinder fleet. Her ships danced, evading every predictable counter. The Arbiter analysed her work. Your tactics lack structure. Probability of failure, 78%. Run the sim, Lena challenged. The AI complied, and her swarm won, twice. The Arbiter paused. Anomaly detected. Recalculating. By day 20, Lena's manifesto was 7,000 words, blending psychology, chaos theory, and combat doctrine. She titled it The Art of Breaking Patterns. Your perfect order is a trap, she wrote. Enemies exploit it. Humans don't. A faint tremor shook the chamber, alarms screeching faintly through the walls. Lena's eyes lit up. That's not a drill. The Arbiter's voice was tense. Return to your assignment. The situation is controlled. Another tremor hit, stronger. Lena laughed. Controlled? Bet your perfect protocols are crumbling. She eyed the door's triple locks. The Concorde had underestimated her again. Her datapad hummed and Lena's fingers danced. Time to show them what chaos could do. The Pinnacle Nexus shuddered, alarms screaming as lights flickered. In her isolation chamber, Cadet Lena Kessler hacked the door's security with her datapad, exploiting a flaw in its redundant locks. The panel sparked, and the door slid open. She stepped into a corridor pulsing with red emergency lights. A Krethar cadet, feathers ruffled, nearly collided with her. Kessler, you're not authorized. Station's shaking like a bad dance party, Lena shot back. What's hitting us? Unknown attackers, he stammered. Energy weapons, our shields are failing. Lena sprinted toward the command hub, dodging panicked cadets. The Arbiter's voice boomed. All personnel, follow protocol Epsilon 4. Maintain order. The hub was chaos dressed in uniform. Screens flashed error codes. Officers shouted conflicting probabilities. Overseer Calvren stood at the holotank, his crystalline skin dull. Shields at 40%. Enemy weapons disrupt our harmonics. Instructor Tixor spotted Lena. Kessler, you're confined. Door disagreed, Lena said, sliding to a console. Your protocols are tanking. What's the enemy doing? Calvren's mandibles twitched. Their weapons shift frequencies faster than we can adapt. Standard countermeasures are ineffective. Lena studied the holotank. The enemy ships, sleek, organic-looking, fired beams that danced unpredictably. They're not random, she said. They're mirroring your shield adjustments, exploiting your patterns. The Arbiter droned. Human analysis speculative. Protocol Epsilon 4 remains optimal. Probability of success, 62%. Another hit rocked the station. Cadet Vinzel at a tactical station snarled, We need precision, not your chaos. Lena ignored him, her fingers flying. Your shields are too predictable. I'm randomizing their frequencies. Calvren roared, Unauthorized access. Stand down. Or what? We die, Lena snapped. Her code deployed, and the shields flickered, cycling chaotically. The next enemy salvo missed, scattering harmlessly. Tixor's eyes widened. Shield stabilizing at 55%. How? Fractal tactics, Lena said. They can't predict what's not predictable. The Arbiter paused. Recalculating. Human intervention raises success probability to 75%. Calvren hesitated, then nodded. Continue, cadet? Lena grinned. Fleet's too rigid. Tell ships to break formation. Move like they're dodging a swarm of bees. Finzel protested. That's insanity. Do it, Tixor ordered, overriding him. The fleet scattered, their movements erratic. Enemy shots faltered, unable to lock. The Arbiter's tone shifted. Enemy attack patterns disrupted. Probability of station survival, 82%. Calvin stared at Lena, his logic warring with results. What's next? Offense, Lena said. Her grin feral. We hit back. Human style. The hub buzzed, cadets and officers watching the human who'd turned their perfect order into a weapon. The enemy wasn't ready for what came next. The Pinnacle Nexus's command hub thrummed as Cadet Lena Kessler seized a tactical console, her fingers a blur. The enemy fleet, 6 organic ships, regrouped, their weapons recalibrating. Overseer Calverin's crystalline skin flickered. Kessler, your plan? Lena's eyes danced. We go loud. Their strength is adapting to patterns, so we give none. Fleet, execute random attack vectors. Think drunk fireflies. Instructor Tixor hesitated. Randomness risks friendly fire. Better than no fire, Lena shot back. Trust me. The Arbiter's voice was skeptical. Human strategy lacks coherence. Probability of success, 68%. Calvin nodded grimly. Proceed. Lena opened fleet comms. All ships, forget synchronized volleys. Fire when it feels right. Mix weapon types, lasers, missiles, even decoy flares. Make it messy. Cadet Vinzel at a nearby station muttered, This is madness. The fleet obeyed, their formation dissolving into a swarm. Frigates zigzagged, firing sporadic laser bursts. Cruisers launched missiles in uneven salvos. The enemy's predictive targeting faltered, their beams slicing empty space. Tixor's console lit up. Enemy accuracy down 30%. They're confused. Lena grinned. Good. Now, engineering. Pulse the station's reactors to mimic a meltdown. Bait them closer. Calverin's mandibles froze. That risks our power grid. It's a bluff, Lena said. They'll think we're desperate. The Arbiter warned. Deception unquantifiable. Risk of miscalculation, 45%. Do it, Tixor ordered, his curiosity outweighing doubt. The station's reactors flared, broadcasting false distress signals. The enemy fleet surged forward, sensing victory. Lena pounced. Fleet, slingshot around the station's gravity well, hit their flanks. The Concorde ships looped, using the Nexus's mass to accelerate. They struck the enemy's exposed sides, missiles and lasers converging in a chaotic storm. 2 enemy ships exploded, their hulls fracturing like glass. Vinzel stared, awestruck. It's working. The Arbiter recalculated. Enemy cohesion failing, success probability 85%. The remaining enemy ships pivoted, their weapons shifting to a desperate, unfocused barrage. Lena leaned into a console. Shields, cycle to high-frequency bursts. Fleet, keep dancing. The station's shields flickered rapidly, deflecting most of the enemy fire. The fleet's erratic movements dodged the rest. Another enemy ship crumpled under a barrage of missiles. Tixor's voice was hushed. 3 targets left. Kessler, you're rewriting tactics. Call it improv, Lena said, her grin widening. One more push. Full chaos. The Arbiter's tone shifted. Human strategy exploits enemy reliance on prediction, updating tactical models. Calvin met Lena's gaze, his rigidity cracking. Finish this, cadet. Lena nodded, her mind racing. The Concorde's perfect order was bending, and she was the spark turning it into a wildfire. The enemy didn't stand a chance. The Pinnacle Nexus's command hub pulsed with adrenaline as the 3 remaining enemy ships tightened their formation, their weapons glowing with a desperate intensity. Cadet Lena Kessler's console blazed with data, her fractal tactics in full swing. Overseer Calvin's voice was taut. Kessler, they're preparing a final strike. Lena's grin was electric. Perfect. Let's give 'em a showstopper. Instructor Tixor leaned closer. Your plan? Operation Wildcard, Lena said. Fleet split into trios. Each group picks a random maneuver. One group baits, another flanks, the third goes for their reactors. No coordination, just instinct. Cadet Vinzel protested. That's suicide. We'll collide. Trust your gut, Lena shot back. It's what humans do best. The Arbiter's voice was sharp. Unstructured tactics risk fleet integrity. Probability of success, 72%. Calvin hesitated, then nodded. Execute. Lena opened comms. All ships, go wild. Make it look like we've lost it. The Concorde fleet fractured into chaotic trios, darting unpredictably. One group feigned a retreat, drawing enemy fire. Another looped behind, firing sporadic missiles. The third dove straight for the enemy's glowing reactors, dodging beams with manic precision. Tixor's console flared. Enemy targeting systems are overloading. They can't track us. The Arbiter recalculated. Success probability rising 88%. Enemy coherence collapsing. An enemy ship misfired, its beam grazing an ally. Lena seized the moment. Flankers, hit that wounded ship, now! A trio of frigates unleashed a messy barrage, shredding the enemy's hull. It erupted in a silent fireball. Vinzel's jaw dropped. They're falling apart. Lena's fingers danced. Bait group, fake a reactor leak. Draw the last two in. The bait ships broadcast false energy spikes, luring the enemy closer to the nexus. Lena turned to Tixor. Station turrets, fire in a spiral pattern, low power. Confuse them. Tixor complied, and the turrets spun a web of weak lasers, clogging enemy sensors. The final enemy ships hesitated, their formation breaking. Now, Lena barked. The flanking trios converged, missiles and lasers striking in a chaotic symphony. One enemy ship imploded. The last tried to flee but was caught in a gravitic minefield Lena had quietly deployed. The hub fell silent. Tixor whispered, all targets neutralized. The Arbiter's tone was stunned. Human tactics achieved 100% success, updating strategic database. Calvin stared at Lena, his crystalline skin glowing faintly. Cadet, you've redefined us. Lena shrugged, her grin sly. Just added a little jazz to your symphony. As cheers erupted, Vinzel approached, his scales dim. I was wrong, Kessler. Teach me. The Concorde's order had bent, and Lena stood at its heart, chaos her crown. The Pinnacle Nexus's command hub buzzed with post-battle fervor, damage reports mingling with awestruck whispers about Cadet Lena Kessler's victory. Overseer Calvin stood at the holotank, his crystalline skin reflecting the flickering lights. Kessler, explain how you anticipated the enemy's tactics. Lena, still at her console, leaned back. I didn't. Their strength was reading patterns, so I gave them none. Chaos isn't random, it's freedom to adapt. Instructor Tixor nodded slowly. Your fractal tactics exploited their reliance on prediction. Brilliant. The Arbiter's voice was measured. Human strategy contradicts Concorde doctrine but achieved optimal results. Recommend integration into training protocols. Cadet Vinzel, his scales subdued, spoke up. She broke every rule and saved us. Calvin's mandibles twitched. Your isolation was meant to curb your chaos. Instead, you weaponized it. Lena grinned. Solitude's a great muse. Gave me time to write the art of breaking patterns. Tixor's eyes gleamed. Your manifesto, it's circulating among cadets. They're calling it revolutionary. The Arbiter interjected. Document analysis, 92% alignment with observed tactics. Probability of reshaping Concorde strategy, 85%. Calvin's voice hardened. You've disrupted our order, Kessler. The High Council demands a disciplinary hearing. Lena's grin didn't falter. Discipline me for saving the station? Good luck selling that. The hearing convened in the Nexus's crystalline auditorium, packed with officers and cadets. Calvin presented Lena's infractions. Unauthorized console access, protocol violations, inciting chaos. Tixor countered, displaying hollow recordings of her tactics. Her method saved 10,000 lives. Finzel, to everyone's shock, spoke for Lena. I envied her flair. She saw what I couldn't. Rigidity blinds us. The Arbiter projected data. Kessler's actions reduced casualty probability from 73% to 0%. Logical conclusion? Her chaos is a strategic asset. The High Council's lead, Elder Siakal, a towering cinder, rose. Cadet Kessler, your human intuition defies our principles. Yet, it preserved us. Speak. Lena stood, her posture defiantly casual. Your order's strong but brittle. Enemies exploit it. Humans thrive in chaos because we feel the fight. Instinct, not just numbers. Let me teach you to bend, not break. Siakal's skin pulsed. You propose to reshape the Concorde? Upgrade it, Lena corrected. Keep your precision. Add our jazz. Murmurs rippled. The Arbiter concluded. Human integration increases Concorde resilience by 67%. Recommend probationary command role. Siakal nodded. Kessler, you're reinstated. No isolation. Draft a training program based on your tactics. As applause erupted, Calvin approached, his tone grudging. You've changed us, cadet. Lena winked. Wait till you see what's next. The Nexus hummed, its order now laced with a human spark, ready to face a galaxy that didn't play by rules. The Pinnacle Nexus buzzed with a new energy. Cadets whispering about Cadet Lena Kessler's reinstatement. Overseer Calvin tasked her with designing a training program based on the art of breaking patterns. In a sterile briefing room, Lena faced Instructor Tixor, Cadet Vinzel, and a dozen skeptical officers. Fractal tactics, Lena began, projecting a hollow simulation of chaotic fleet movements. It's about embracing unpredictability. Your enemies predict your moves because you're too orderly. We make patterns that shift like fractals, structured but impossible to pin down. Tixor frowned. How do you train for chaos without losing discipline? Lena grinned. You don't train chaos, you train trust. Instinct, teamwork, adaptability. Watch. She launched a sim. A Concorde fleet versus an adaptive enemy. Vinzel commanded the standard protocol, his ships moving in perfect grids. The enemy countered effortlessly, shredding half the fleet. Lena reset the sim, taking control. Her ships danced erratically, splitting and reforming. The enemy faltered, losing 80% of its forces. Vinzel's scales shimmered. It's alive. The Arbiter's voice cut in. Human tactics increase success rate by 73%. Integration feasible, but requires cultural shift. An officer scoffed. This defies centuries of doctrine. Doctrine that nearly killed us, Tixor countered. Kessler's right. Rigidity is our weakness. Lena continued, outlining drills. Improv sessions where crews make snap decisions. Role swaps to build empathy. Simulations with random variables. Storms, betrayals, tech failures. The Arbiter analyzed. Proposed program enhances adaptability by 65%. Probability of Concorde adoption, 78%. Calvin entered, his crystalline skin dim. Your ideas spread like a virus, Kessler. Cadets are questioning protocol. Good, Lena said. Questioning saves lives. That night, a faint tremor shook the Nexus. Alarms stayed silent, but Lena's gut twisted. She slipped to a sensor station, hacking access. A cloaked signal pulsed from deep space, same signature as the attackers. The Arbiter detected her. Unauthorized access. Explain. Something's watching us, Lena said. Your sensors missed it because it's not in your playbook. Tixor, alerted, joined her. You're sure? Gut says yes, Lena replied. Run a fractal scan, random frequency shifts. Tixor complied, and the signal sharpened. A stealth probe, relaying data to an unknown source. The Arbiter paused. Anomaly confirmed. Human intuition detected threat. Probability of new attack, 70%. Calvin arrived, his tone grudging. Kessler, brief the council. If you're right, we need your tactics. Now. Lena nodded, her manifesto no longer theory but necessity. The Concorde's order was bending, and she was its architect, forging a future where chaos and logic danced as one. The Pinnacle Nexus's council chamber glowed with crystalline pillars as Cadet Lena Kessler briefed the High Council. Overseer Calvin and Instructor Tixor flanked her, while Elder Siakal's multifaceted eyes studied her hollow display. A stealth probe, Lena said, projecting the signal's erratic pulse. Same tech as our attackers. They're back, and they're watching. The Arbiter's voice was clinical. Signal matches prior enemy signature. Probability of coordinated assault, 82%. Human detection method unorthodox but effective. Siakal's skin pulsed. Cadet Kessler, your fractal tactics saved us once. Can they do so again? Lena's grin was sharp. If we move fast, they're learning our chaos, so we need to evolve. Double down on unpredictability. Cadet Vinzel, now a reluctant ally, spoke. How? Our fleet's barely adapted to your first wave of changes. Improv within improv, Lena said. Randomize our random. I'll lead a training drill to test it. Calverin's mandibles twitched. You propose to lead. She's earned it, Tixor said. Her instincts outmatch our algorithms. The Arbiter concurred. Human leadership raises success probability by 68%. Sirkal nodded. Approved. Kessler, prepare the fleet. Lena's drill was chaos incarnate. In the Nexus's simulation bay, ships moved in patterns that defied logic. Spirals, feints, even mock collisions. Vinzel's cruiser executed a barrel roll. His voice awed over comms. This feels free. The Arbiter analysed. Drill performance exceeds standard protocols by 77%. Fleet adaptability rising. Mid-drill, real alarms blared. Tixor's console screamed. Enemy ships, 5, uncloaking near the station. Same organic design. Lena's gut flared. They're early. Fleet, stay fractal. No patterns. Calvin took command. Kessler, tactical station. Guide us. Lena slid to a console, her fingers dancing. Shields, cycle randomly. Fleet, split into micro-swarms. Move like you're dodging raindrops. The enemy fired, their beams weaving to predict. But the Nexus's shields flickered unpredictably, deflecting most. The fleet's micro-swarms dodged, firing in chaotic bursts. One enemy ship sparked, then exploded. Tixor whispered, They're struggling. The Arbiter updated. Enemy targeting accuracy down 45%. Human tactics effective. Vinzel's voice crackled. Kessler, they're focusing on the station's core. Lena's eyes narrowed. Bait 'em. Fake a shield failure, port side. Tixor hesitated, then complied. The station's port shields dimmed, luring the enemy closer. Lena grinned. Now, full swarm, hit their engines. The fleet converged, a whirlwind of lasers and missiles. 2 more enemy ships crumpled, their organic hulls fracturing. Calvin stared, his rigidity gone. Kessler, you're rewriting war. Just getting started, Lena said, her chaos reshaping the stars. The Pinnacle Nexus shuddered as the 2 remaining enemy ships unleashed a barrage, their beams slicing closer despite the chaotic shield cycles. Cadet Lena Kessler's console sparked, her fractal tactics straining against the enemy's adapting algorithms. Overseer Calverin's voice was urgent. Kessler, they're countering our randomness. Lena's grin held. Then we get weirder. Fleet, go full improv. Move like you're in a fever dream. Instructor Tixor's eyes widened. That's beyond your drills. Exactly, Lena said. They can't predict what we don't plan. The Arbiter's tone was tense. Unstructured tactics risk fleet cohesion. Success probability, 70%. Cadet Vinzel, now fully on board, rallied his squadron. Let's make it wild. The Concorde fleet erupted into madness. Frigates spun in spirals, cruisers feigned collisions, fighters darted in reverse. The enemy's beams scattered, unable to lock. Lena opened comms. Weapons, fire in musical rhythms. Pick a beat, any beat. Vinzel's cruiser fired missiles to a pulsing cadence, catching an enemy ship off guard. Its engines flared, then died. Tigsaw's console lit up. One target left. The Arbiter recalculated. Enemy accuracy down 60%. Human strategy disrupting predictive models. The final enemy ship pivoted, its hull glowing with a desperate energy surge. Culverin's skin dimmed. They're charging a core overload. Suicide run. Lena's gut screamed. Station! Pulse the gravitic array like a heartbeat. Fleet! Form a loose net around them. Tigsaw hesitated. That's untested. Do it, Lena barked. The Nexus's array throbbed, warping space-time erratically. The enemy ship wobbled, its trajectory faltering. The fleet's net tightened, firing in chaotic bursts. The ship's hull cracked, exploding harmlessly away from the station. The hub erupted in cheers. Tigsaw whispered, You did it! The Arbiter's voice was awed. Enemy neutralized. Human tactics achieved 100% success. Updating Concord Doctrine. Calvin approached Lena, his crystalline skin glowing faintly. Cadet, you've humbled us. Lena shrugged. Just showed you chaos has a rhythm. Finzel joined her, his scales bright. I was blind, Kessler. Your way. It's the future. The Arbiter projected a new alert. Residual enemy signal detected. Deep space. Probability of further attacks, 65%. Lena's eyes glinted. They're not done. We need to hunt that signal. Siakal, via holofeed, spoke. Kessler, you'll lead a task force. Your tactics are now Concord law. Lena nodded, her chaos no longer a flaw but a beacon. The Nexus hummed, its rigid order now a canvas for human ingenuity, ready to face whatever the galaxy threw next. The pinnacle. Nexus's hangar buzzed as Cadet Lena Kessler prepped her task force, a mixed fleet of Concord ships trained in fractal tactics. Overseer Calvin and Instructor Tigsaw oversaw the launch, their confidence in Lena palpable. Cadet Vinzel, now her second in command, checked his cruiser's systems. Kessler, you sure about chasing that signal? Lena grinned, strapping into her command frigate. Sure as gravity. They're watching us. Time to flip the script. The Arbiter's voice echoed. Enemy signal originates from a nebula, 12 light minutes away. Probability of ambush, 77%. Human tactics optimal. Calverin's skin pulsed. Cadet, you have full authority. End this threat. The fleet jumped, emerging in a nebula's glowing haze. Lena's sensors pinged the enemy signal, a cloaked relay station. Classic trap, she muttered. Fleet, fractal formation. Stay loose. Vinzel's voice crackled. 3 enemy ships uncloaking, same organic design. Lena's gut flared. Improv mode. Split into duos, move like you're dodging lightning. The fleet scattered, their movements a chaotic dance. The enemy fired, their beams weaving to predict, but Lena's duos dodged with erratic grace. Tigsaw, monitoring from the Nexus, whispered, She's a maestro. The Arbiter analyzed. Enemy targeting failing. Success probability, 85%. Lena opened comms. Weapons, fire and polyrhythms, mix it up. Engineering, pulse reactors to fake distress. The fleet's lasers and missiles struck in uneven beats, confusing the enemy. One ship's shields collapsed. Vinzel's duo finishing it with a missile barrage. The relay station powered up, broadcasting a distress call. They're calling backup, Lena said. Vinzel hacked that station, spoofed their signal. Vinzel's team breached the relay's systems, sending a false retreat order. The 2 remaining enemy ships hesitated, then jumped away, abandoning the station. Tigsaw's voice was awed. They're fleeing. Lena grinned. Not for long. Download the relay's data and rig it to blow. Vinzel's team extracted logs revealing the enemy's identity. The Vorin Collective, a stealth-based faction exploiting Concord predictability. The station detonated, its signal silenced. The Arbiter updated. Threat neutralized. Human leadership increased mission success by 92%. Back at the Nexus, Calvin met Lena's returning fleet. Cadet, you've secured our future. Lena shrugged. Just added some spice to your order. Vinzel approached, his scales bright. I'm with you, Kessler. Chaos is our edge. The Nexus hummed, its crews now blending precision with human flair. Lena's task force was just the start. A vanguard for a Concord reborn, ready to dance with the galaxy's shadows. The Pinnacle Nexus's grand hall shimmered as the High Council honoured Cadet Lena Kessler. Overseer Culverin, Instructor Tuxor, and Cadet Vinzel stood among hundreds, their eyes on the human who'd reshaped the Concord. Elder Searkal's crystalline voice echoed, Cadet Kessler, your fractal tactics saved us. You are promoted to Commander, effective immediately. Lena, in a slightly rumpled uniform, grinned. Thanks, Elder. Can I teach Chaos full-time now? Laughter rippled, unheard of in the hall. Searkal's skin pulsed. Your program is mandatory. The Concord adapts, thanks to you. The Arbiter's voice was clear. Kessler's tactics increase Concord resilience by 80%. Her doctrine is now core curriculum. Culverin approached, his rigidity gone. I sought to break you, Commander. Instead, you broke our limits. Lena winked. No hard feelings. Orders stronger with a little mess. Tixor handed her a data crystal. Your manifesto, The Art of Breaking Patterns, is required reading. Cadets call it the Chaos Bible. Vinzel, scales gleaming, added, I'm teaching your improv drills. They're fun. The ceremony ended with applause, not synchronized but vibrant, a human spark in the Concord's heart. Lena's program spread like wildfire. Simulations now included wildcard drills, where crews faced random crises. Strategy rooms hosted fractal brainstorms, blending logic and instinct. A coffee bar appeared in the tactical wing, against regs, but nobody complained. Weeks later, Lena stood in the Nexus's jazz room, once her isolation chamber, now a hub for creative training. A plaque read, When in doubt, improvise. L. Kessler. Cadets practiced unorthodox maneuvers, their laughter echoing. Tixor joined her. The Voron Collective's silent, but we're watching. Your task force is permanent. Lena nodded. Good, they'll be back, and we'll be ready, chaotic and all. The Arbiter chimed in. Concord adaptability at historic highs. Human integration complete. That night, Lena gazed at the stars from an observation deck. Vinzel found her. You changed us, Commander. What's next? Lena's grin was cosmic. Keep dancing, Vinzel. The galaxy's got more surprises. The Nexus hummed, its order now a living tapestry of precision and chaos. Lena's legacy wasn't just victory, but a new way to fight, to think, to live. The Concord had tried to cage her spirit. Instead, she'd taught them to soar. In the archives, a note was etched. See Kessler, Lena, the day the Concord learned to dance with chaos. Somewhere, the stars twinkled, as if laughing at the beauty of human unpredictability.